Friday.
It's another week.
It is another week
Of the debauchery.
Oh, wait, this week. Oh, to be so good. I feel it in my belly. I'm so excited because, the joy of this week.
This light is bright.
Well, then just go ahead and turn her off then.
I did. I'd rather be in the dark.
How about, even though you're still lit perfectly fine.
Well, that is from the outside. It's raining today.
I know. It's gloomy. But
my
it's okay.
mood is very emo.
Honey, I have been so lazy. I came home on Friday and checked out. I was so over it, honey.
My mood today has been so emo because of the rain that I've been listening to Avril Lavigne most of the morning. So it was great.
Oh, okay. Like you really went there. Like you.
Yeah, I was like perfect weather to just have some wine and Avril.
Oh, okay. All right, girl.
That's
how was your
it
week?
spent. But my week,
Yeah, let's talk
my
about
week
your
was
week.
cool. My week was cool. Didn't do much, just the norm.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out with one of my friends. We went to the Padres game. Well, we was there for like 45 minutes.
Why?
Because I do not like sports. I will watch live events.
Right, but you chose one of the worst sports.
I didn't choose. Let's be clear. Because if it was a choice by me, we would go to a basketball game. Because I at least pay attention
Right.
in basketball. But whatever, it's free tickets. So we went. And I had mashed potato pizza.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it doesn't taste like it sounds. It's actually amazing.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you are ever downtown San Diego and you just want to grab a quick bite, there is a restaurant called Basic, and that's exactly what it's called. Just Basic. But they have, pizzas and stuff like that and salad, that kind of stuff. But and then a great happy hour.
Okay.
So, and try their mashed potato pizza. It's the number one choice there that they recommend and that people get, and it's actually amazing. So,
okay.
But other than that, that was it. I just had a chill week once again. It's
Come on now.
School is almost done.
Right.
So,
Hunty.
I'm just looking forward to the summer.
Right.
I want the rain to stop so I can put on some booty shorts.
Child.
So yeah, what about your week, Cara?
It's gearing up because there's a lot that's going on.
Cara.
You haven't done that in a while. You haven't Oh, it's been a minute since you've done that. I almost forgot what it sounded like. The week has been good. Here you go. Here you go with them daggone
Nobody
emails.
can hear it but you. Just keep going.
I tell the kids all the time, don't think you can get anything past me. I got big ears. They used to be really big when I was younger, but I've grown into them now.
Used to be.
But yeah, because now I've grown into them. Like they look wonderful. But I tell the kids all the time, I tell the kids all the time, I can hear a cat walking on cotton in China with my ears. So don't think.
Yes, you can.
Right. So don't think you will get away with anything because I can hear it. So every single time I hear them pings, I'd be like, really?
On
cotton in China. Yes, honey.
Child.
The CCC.
Well, it is apparently is just under us. So
okay, to my week.
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I do. To my week. It is ramping up. I'm working on a student film with some of the kids. So I've had to officially take over the directing for that. So that was
of course.
Right. Well, no, it wasn't originally that. It was originally all self-sustained. But unfortunately, something happened with one of my favorite kids. And so because of that, I've had to take it on. So I'm trying to get all the planning done for that. Then on top of that, this is normally the busiest time for me at my job. And because I was the ASB director, but since I'm coming out of that role, I now have to, I've been working with the other person who's taken over, which is a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. And so I promised that I would take on the dance because it's massive. So it's pretty much in essence like the Met Gala. So this year's theme is A Night in Paris. And so it's black, white, and gold. And I have to build a 14-foot Eiffel Tower, a 9-foot Arc de Triomphe. I have to put together enough seating for 136 people. Right. So I have that. That's ramping up because the dance is coming up this week. So that's been completely crazy. just getting ready for graduation, talking to my friends who are actually coming into town. That's getting crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to find a place for the graduation, actual after party thing. That's getting crazy.
Oh, well, you know that I could plan it, since that is what I want to do
with
my life.
Okay, so I know, but here's the thing. So my mom is doing it for me. The family was going to surprise me, but they know how I am about people and their energy. And so they didn't know who to invite. So they had to tell me, so that I give them a list of people that I want to celebrate and have good energy with.
Absolutely.
So because of that reason, that's why. But I will. You need to talk to Mama Harris.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
She can have it.
So
I'll just bring a gift.
Yeah, but they're working on all of that. So
well, dope.
Yeah, just getting ready to be the end of my job, which is ending another chapter, because when I graduate, I'm going into...
It's a long road.
Yeah.
It's a long road ahead and a long time coming. That's what I was trying to say.
Come on now. Come on now. All right. All right. But yeah, so that's been my week.
I was stuck in a pose, y'all. Yeah.
I know.
I was just stuck.
I saw it. She was giving me face. Yeah. And so then yesterday I didn't want to do nothing. I mean, I literally laid in the bed the whole day.
Oh, okay.
I was just tired. And even today, I didn't even want to get up and do my homework and all of that, but I have to. And, we had the show to record. I just been feeling lazy. I think I'm getting to the end of everything, and that chapter is ending.
And you're like, it's the end. I'm done. It's officially summer.
Right.
And I'm ready to show my ass.
But you know what? Let me just say something that popped into my spirit just now. So you have had rest last week and this week. I have had rest, rest-ish, more, I'm getting rest and getting back to myself. They say that normally when energy is about to shift and you're about to go into something, as the energy is ending, you go into a state of hibernation.
Yeah.
Just to prepare for the new season. Whoa.
I'm telling you, because next season, it's going to be rampant.
Come on. So I think that's what it was.
I'm excited.
My body was just like, you better rest while you can, because stuff is turning up.
Yeah, I'm excited for what's coming next. I don't know everything that it entails, but I am excited.
Yes.
I will say that.
That makes two of us.
So yeah.
All right.
Well, you had a good week, and I'm glad about it.
Hey, come on here.
I just wanted to say it because I'm glad about it.
But another thing that makes me happy is I sent you a text message in this week to just tell you how ahead our show is. Because we talked about the McDonald's thing. Did we not? Okay. And this week to see several other influencers just picking it up.
And to see that it was the first time I actually saw it on TV. I was eating dinner with my parents and it came on and my mom started doing this shoulder bounce and I said, triggered.
Right.
I was like, I said, me and Karl talked about that on the show.
We did.
And that commercial was made for people just like you.
Right.
And she started cracking up. But I was like, triggered. It's you.
They hit the right notes. They knew it.
Fubu. For you, by you. Don't put us in there.
That's not what it was.
Don't put us in there. It's the you.
Right.
For you. By you.
Oh,
but yeah, that was funny. All right, so we're going to move on to our first segment. I mean, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
And we're going to do a little bit of where they do that at.
Oh, boy.
So I have two today.
Yeah, they must be good because we did this last week. So if you bringing it back, that means this is some mess.
Well, it's not movies. It's not music. So why not?
I'm not like, come on.
There's
help
plenty
me.
of things. There's plenty of hot messes going on right now in the world.
I know.
So
That's what I'm like.
Why not point out two for the week?
It's been a week of them.
So I'm going to start off with a more serious one, and then I'll go to another one.
Okay.
The more serious one is there was a little girl by the name of Jada. Apparently she was getting bullied at school by a bunch of boys, mind you. And so it was all over social media. Her mom came to the school.
Why are you laughing?
First of all, Jada's black and her mama is black. Okay. I need to make
now
that very clear.
I know why you're laughing. I know very clearly why you're laughing now.
So somebody in the meeting that Jada's mother had with all the kids decided to record, and you see Jada's mother talking to them and saying, basically, y'all keep messing with my daughter. Since y'all kids, I can't beat y'all. A's, but send your sisters. Anybody who's 18 or older, send your sisters, your mamas, your cousins, your aunties. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. I'm going to fight over my daughter because y'all keep trying me. If I hear about her bullying again, I'm coming back up here and y'all send her. And she continued to let them know. Any females over the age of 18 in your household or that is connected to you can get it.
I got a question.
And the faculty member was sitting right next to her.
Okay. I got a question. Were there the other kids' parents present?
No, these were no. These were just the boys in there.
Oh.
And she was going off on the boys.
They're going to be in trouble?
So here's the next thing that happened.
Uh-oh.
A couple days later, we find out that Jada got suspended from school.
What?
Because of her mom. Not the bullies for bullying her. The reason why her mother had to go up to the school in the first place. So Jada got suspended because her mom threatened those kids.
Okay. Now, I'm ending it out, but I do currently work for a school district.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yes. So that's why I asked that question very specifically, is because I know the certain...
It still tastes like soap. Still tastes like soap.
Side note, everybody. Before we got on, Trina was drinking from her cup and she had washed it out right before she poured her water in it or her drink or whatever it is. And as she was drinking, she made this gagging sound and she was like, I washed my cup out, so now it tastes like soap. And so as I was talking, she took a sip and made that face again because it obviously still tastes like soap.
I feel it in my stomach. Am I going to die?
I hope not.
I feel like I'm poisoned.
Well, you should probably stop drinking it though.
I'm going to drink the bottled water.
Yeah, you should do that.
I just wanted to be fancy because I love ice, but Jesus, almost died on air.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so working for the school district, I do want to say this. That's why I asked where the other kids...
A little ASRM.
Yeah, a lot of.
I mean ASMR.
Yeah, that part. I need you to get the name right.
This is a bottle of water.
That's not soothing at all. Not even a little bit. It was so unnerving. And I wish I should have took a picture of my face. Because it was... At least find something soothing. Oh my God.
Shh. Can you hear that?
Yes, I can hear that.
You're supposed to be whispering. This is our ASMR segment.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing one of those.
We are doing it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you said whispering creeped you out.
It does so bad. Another side note. I got a little tipsy the other night and I decided to watch a couple of videos and it is very disturbing.
What?
To me. Just watching that and hearing people whisper and like hearing them crunch so loudly when they're eating stuff. It's so strange.
Where do they do this at? I'm just asking because we literally strayed so far from the story.
All right. I don't know.
Completely.
I don't know what happened. What happened?
Well,
you said something that made me think about it.
No. Okay. Well, so this all got started from you drinking from your cup.
Okay.
It got started from you drinking from your cup.
That had nothing to do. You said something triggered. I was triggered.
So this is
Today's word is triggered.
Right. No coffee. I keep
Carl's
forgetting.
Trying to trigger me.
I keep forgetting. No coffee. That's right. Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, well, congratulations.
And I had coffee already. The first day I could. I was in Starbucks line. Excuse me, can I have a caramel macchiato with 3 shots of espresso?
Oh, that part. Okay. So what I was saying is
all right.
Working for the district, what ends up happening is you are not allowed to have people correct anybody's child if the parents are not there. Present. Now, on the flip side of that, they also cannot consequence the child for something that the parent did.
But on the flip side of that, let's take it even further. Why even allow the meeting to happen if the parents weren't present?
That's the thing, is because that administrator or that counselor or the faculty member should have never allowed that meeting to take place.
Exactly.
With there
so
being
why is
the
Jada
parent
getting
of
in trouble for it?
Exactly. Jada has done nothing wrong. At all.
Nothing. She's getting bullied.
Exactly. She's being bullied. Her mom acted a fool, which I do stand by the mother. You do have the right to protect your child, yes, but not to
Absolutely.
other children.
And
no.
any day you can
exactly.
Get it.
And I get that.
About
I just think,
my child.
Right.
Yeah.
And she has her right to be that way. I'm all about that. I love to see parents like that. I really do. And when I get parents like come in that are like that, I'd be excited. I'd be like, yes, me and you gonna get along. So, but on the flip side of that, that child is being consequenced for her mom's actions. Yes, the mother threatened the other children, which could be a safety concern for those 3 boys, but Jada did not.
I don't know if it was 3. It looked like a room full.
Oh my gosh.
It did. I mean, they didn't, whoever was recording didn't like swivel the camera, but it looked like she wasn't just talking to like 2 guys.
Oh, wow.
He was sitting on the side facing her. So there were some sitting in front of her looking at her while she's talking as well. So I'm assuming there was
just
5
more
or
than
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely more than one. And then Jada even posted how people were on Instagram saying, I don't care what your mama said and and all this stuff too. Like she had like 4 posts from guys saying F her mom's a B, blah, 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 blah. So.
Wow. That's an unfortunate situation. Like for
sad.
everybody involved, more so poor Jada, because in this case, literally, she has gotten the worst of both sides. Yes, her mother is being protective.
And there's nothing she can do.
Exactly. Her mother's doing what a mother's supposed to do, protecting her child. She shouldn't have approached those other children. Absolutely not. Never is that okay, especially not with their parents being there. It should have been a conversation that was had with everybody's guardians there, especially if they're not over the age of 18. But I get her frustration because I see a lot of that in my job, and I don't tolerate it at all, and I don't tolerate for any of the kids that I deal with to be okay with tolerating it. Like I'm all about empowering, and like we don't do that. That's why, and it's funny is because some of them happen to listen to the show, which is why I tell you, when you used the word weird last week, that's why I was like, no. I embrace that because that's the new thing for them. If they don't like somebody, they're like, oh, you're a weirdo. Oh, that's weird, And I'm just like, no, we don't call people weird. We don't call people strange because I embrace that. So we're not doing it for a negative way.
I embrace it too because I'm definitely weird. I've been called that.
Come on now. But that's a great thing.
All the time. That's my whole life, really. But yeah.
I mean, Captain Black Strange. Come on now.
Yes, you are.
So
you are.
You have to be something weird. Wild.
So
something woman. Wild, weird woman. WWW.
No, don't like it.
Okay, that's all right. We'll move along.
I thought you was going to give me the Beyonce worldwide woman. WWW.
Weird world woman.
All right. Well, we'll work on it on this side and put it on a t-shirt.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, how about that?
But yeah, so the one thing that I do want to say about it before we move on to the next person that we're going to be talking about is to Jada's mom, I applaud you for protecting and standing up for your child. And Jada, we love you and we hope that you're not going through too much during this time.
Exactly, honey.
Kudos to you, Jada. I hate the soundboard.
Jada, we love you, honey, and we support you.
Yeah. So moving on to the next where they do that at. I had to do this because sometimes I just want to point out that sometimes some things we should probably keep to ourselves. I know we've made mistakes in the past and, when you're growing and changing into a new person, well, you're not changing, but you're becoming a better person.
Evolving.
Yeah, and you're evolving.
There's nothing wrong with change.
Nothing.
You can say change.
Well, because I was saying changing into, and you're not changing into, you're just growing.
Right.
From where you were.
Gotcha.
So you are that person, the good and the bad. So I just want to, let everybody know and give you a word of caution that it is okay to leave the past where it lay. Okay.
Oh, God.
The reason I'm giving this is because Lamar Odom recently released a memoir or a book about himself. And if you don't know the backstory of him, obviously he was married to Khloe Kardashian and
that one.
successful LA Laker.
Yes. Oh, God. I see where this is going. I see where this is going.
He was hitting pipe.
He was
hitting the pipe. He claims himself to be a sex addict. He was down in Vegas at the Bunny Ranch getting it in with the prostitutes. And, so he was, living his life like it was golden. And so.
Beyond golden.
So.
Living a life like a bunny.
In this. I think he was the carrot.
Oh.
So now that he is sober and getting himself back together, he recently let it be known to all of us that when he was going to play on the Olympic team, he obviously could not pass a drug test. So he purchased a dildo and filled it with his trainers. His trainer's pee, and was able to pass the drug test. Yes, he bought a BBC. And I will not say that.
Yeah.
You can look it up.
Oh.
But he purchased a BBC and filled it with someone else's urine and pissed in a cup because...
Why do they need to know that?
And this is why I'm saying some of the things that happen in your past
should stay there. I understand maybe for him.
And you could also put the Olympic team
in jeopardy. Yeah.
In a lot of trouble for this. Like, I mean, obviously they didn't win.
But still.
Or maybe they did. But if they didn't, it could be possible. They're like, oh, well, Lamar scored this many points. You cheated. You weren't supposed to be playing. You guys forfeit your medals. I mean, like, whatever the case may be, I don't want to know about it. And
this is the thing for me. I don't care to know about that story, but I'm also trying to see it from his perspective. I'm trying to do that a lot lately. It's just be focused on seeing it from all perspectives to be able to make the appropriate decision. That's my strange side,
And what's the perspective of telling that to the world?
Now, for him, maybe it's that he is purifying himself. And so I don't know what type of therapy he's had. If he's had any therapy to be free of all of the, don't laugh. I'm trying to keep it together. I don't know if he's received any therapy, so I don't want to assume. That's why I said that. So with that.
I'm sure he has.
Exactly.
A drug addict.
And a sex addict. And,
And a sex addict.
Right. So, and it broke up his marriage. So, yeah. So definitely he probably has gotten some therapy. Let's just say that. So with that, we don't know. We don't know if a part of his therapy is to come clean and admit the things that he once lied about.
BBC dildo?
But if for any reason he feels that he needs to come clean about that because he cheated and it does affect a lot of people, maybe it's a part of a step of his therapy is to come clean with that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, kudos to him.
I don't think that if it's going to affect a lot of people negatively, that it should be shared. But I
didn't want to hear it.
Exactly. And it's not something that I care to know.
Yeah, or anybody rather.
There are some people who might.
Obviously, they are at the Bunny Ranch when he's there, too. But I feel, I don't want to know, which that's the most important thing. And then I feel like Khloe probably didn't want to know that either.
And that's why I was saying if it hurts other people as well. Because now with her hearing this stuff, we don't know how she feels about that.
Right. And she's probably wondering like, well, why did you need to go to those lengths? Because normal people who, can't pee for a drug test, they ask somebody for it. They have a little cup. They don't go out to the extent of buying something.
Well, he needed to make it look realistic. I think he was trying to think through it all the way.
Yeah, and maybe they watch them.
They could possibly,
because they're athletes.
Right.
It could be something different. But the point is, I didn't want to know. So.
Well, those are two interesting ones.
That was that today.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to our next one, and it is "Help Me Fix My Life." We gonna fix our lives today.
Remix.
I'm gonna fix my life.
Get it, girl,
Hey,
get it, girl.
hey.
What? Okay.
Fix my life today.
You be doing so good, and then you break up with these old gospel endings. Like, I be really feeling it. And then you go there. Oh, it was still 90s, but you gave me Joyful from Sister Act.
I mean, that's what I'm feeling right now. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay, girl. All right.
You know, that's the vibe right now.
Okay.
You know, so
Let's be about it then.
you know, so you got us this week for the Help Me Fix My Life.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a good one.
Let's
It's
go. Let's
straight
go.
to the point.
Okay.
So
Here it be. Hey, Trina and Carl. Just a quick question. I have decided to follow my dream of launching my own company and will be quitting my job soon. What are some tips you can... I know. Snaps to
kudos to
you.
y'all.
What are some tips you could give me about staying positive through such a big life change? Love you guys.
Ooh. That's a good one.
I have a lot to say about this, so I'll let you go first because I read.
Yeah.
A good read.
So I don't have a whole lot. That was a good read. I don't have a whole lot. I guess going through a big change, whether by choice or not, is always a hard transition. So, with staying positive, I guess you should always keep in the forefront of your mind that you made this decision because this is what you want to do with your life.
Right.
And just always remember that it is a passion of yours and that it's what you want to do.
That's right.
And I think that'll make it become something less tedious when it does get stressful, or you know, just make it seem like, you know, like work, you know, because I feel like when you're actually doing what you love to do, it becomes more of a like you
fun.
Enjoy getting up in the morning, you have fun doing what you're doing, you know, and I mean, you just are happier overall versus it being something that you're forced to do in the meantime and between time.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, that's my biggest thing, I would say, just to remember why you did it.
Exactly. And for me, Breaker, who wrote us, I am in that same place right now. And it's funny because just
Sarah
this morning.
with an H.
It is Sarah with an H. That was the name. The funny thing is this morning, I woke up and I reached out to my friend Emily. I had texted her on Mother's Day and I thought I had responded, but apparently I didn't respond back. So this morning when I was going back over my messages, I was like, oh, I haven't heard from Emily this week. Let me just write her. So I texted her and saw that I hadn't responded. So this morning she asked how I was doing. And that's honestly what I said was, you know, I'm getting to the end of this chapter in my life where the job that I've had since I moved back from the UK, which has allowed me to get to the position I am now, is no longer going to be my crutch.
Yeah.
And I am completely moving into being self-employed, which is very, very new for me. Yes, we did the background singing thing, which is like being self-employed, but we had at least two constant. Exactly, we had two constant gigs that we knew were going to always pay.
We had part-time jobs
that were kind of like
I had a
full-time
job.
Yeah, I had a part-time at that time.
Yeah,
when we were doing
and then we did a lot of
background.
gigs.
Yeah. There were sometimes we were leaving a rehearsal at 5, going to another one, leaving that one at 9 and going to another one.
Period.
Like, and we was getting it in for a good while.
And loved it.
I
loved it. For that time, I couldn't do it now.
Exactly.
Sure.
It's
I'm not built that way.
Well, not anymore. And for me, like, it was a gift that I had. And I liked doing it because I liked the company. I mean, the people I was around. You know what I mean?
Camaraderie.
Right. And having that family and that, and just learning about myself in different ways from those experiences. But it wasn't really a passion. Do you know what I mean? And it was something that I got pleasure from, but it's not a passion like movies are for me. And you know
because there were because there were definitely times, like, you know, music is my first love. So I'm always going to have a soft spot for that. But I do know, like, there's times when we'd be like, oh, I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
Or we'd have to be so zoned out to even be able to perform.
Exactly. because it was just becoming like a whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again,
because we just did it. So
right, exactly. And so for me, having this passion of film, because I would quote movies all the time. That was always my thing.
All the time.
I was always talking about a movie, but just not having the knowledge to get in. But now having that and understanding it more, and now going to pursue that completely is completely uncharted for me. Completely uncharted. So I was saying I felt nervous, but not in a bad way. It's just because I am now fully becoming self-employed. And so that is just new. And so with that nervousness brings out a different fierceness in me and a different focus.
And a different anxiety, though. Like, be honest with that, because a lot of people have never had to rely solely on their own work ethic to be able to bring in income. A lot of people have always had school or they've had something else. So it's a whole new territory that brings on different fears.
So now let me say this. One, that's why I posted my fear thing, is because I addressed the fear of that. I'm not anxious because my work ethic does speak for itself. Because now right, exactly. I agree. I don't know everybody.
Yeah. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with people who need help.
Right.
There's some people who have it and they can think a thought and they can get it on paper, but actually getting it into fruition and actually making it happen.
Yeah.
They just can't, they don't have that part.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with you knowing where you lack. That's when you have somebody else who can come in and pick that slack up. So that's why I'm saying that, though. Right. But continue.
With that, I now understand something. Sarah, honey, you have to be confident in who you are. And on every journey, there is going to be a newness, but you have to face the newness in joy.
Come on, Music Soul Child.
I guess I'm just caught up in the newness. I guess I am. You have to embrace it. And the best way to explain it would be akin to a roller coaster.
Okay.
So it's the adrenaline rush of it. When you're going down the first drop, as you're going up the hill, you're not sure of what it's going to be, and there's going to be some ups and downs, but the overall experience is always fun and excitement.
It's a word. It's a word. It's a word.
So you have to take it that way, sweetheart. Go into it with excitement instead of the fear, because fear is nothing but false emotions appearing real. That's it.
And let us bow our head and pray after Reverend Karl.
It's true, though, because if you think about
it is.
If you think about fear, that's all it is false emotions appearing real, because you're thinking about something that has not happened. It's false.
Yeah.
It's your emotions. And to you, they're real, and they're not. Because the only thing that's real is this moment we're in right here, right now.
Exactly.
That's it.
Which is why I love, and which is why I'm such an advocate of Will's bucket list.
Come on now. Me too.
You know, I mean, obviously, if we all had as much money as him, there'd be a lot of things that we would try.
Oh, we will.
A lot of places I'm just saying, in this moment, you know, that would be what we would have. I'd have a bucket list too.
Come on.
Well, I have one, but it's things that I know are obtainable in this present moment.
Well, I'm going with Kevin Hart.
And I feel like, what?
He said, listen, I'm not helping death out. I want to be here as long as I can. I ain't making no damn list.
Oh, here we go. I cannot. And that's why he fell. So.
Oh, wasn't it funny though?
Did you see it?
Funny. It was so funny. And I'm glad she posted it. And so,
yeah, he was like, before y'all get me.
Did you see him blaming the shoes now though?
Okay. And talking about, that it was wet. And that it was wet.
Oh, I love that, man.
Talk about, I can't stand Tank or R&B. Look, right. I can't stand Tank or R&B music. Like, what? Shut up. He's so stupid. But yeah, so Sarah, hopefully that helps you a little bit though. Like, you just got to go in, like Karl said, with the confidence.
Yes, honey.
And the mindset. You're a boss. This is your business.
And it's your time.
And you're running it accordingly.
Yes.
Okay. And then also remember that this is your dream. This is your passion. And then don't take it too seriously, but take it seriously.
That's right.
Because you don't want your passion to turn into a job that you're slaving over, period.
That's right.
So, yeah.
All right.
That's a good one. Thanks, Sarah, for that.
Thank you, Sarah.
So we're going to move. Yes, we do, girl. We love So we are going to move to our next segment, and y'all know what time it is.
Get your phones and a notepad.
What? It's tea time.
It's tea time.
It's tea time.
It's tea time.
It is
Y'all
tea time,
buckle
ladies and gents.
Buckle in.
We got some things to talk about
some
today.
funny ones, some serious ones, some under the skin ones. It's about to be steeped.
Oh, like some
Yes,
some tea.
honey.
Oh, like some tea. Okay, so first, I'm going to point out Gucci's stupid selves once again. First of all, I want to know: are we still banning Gucci? Like, are Black people still doing that, or
we didn't have follow through with that?
Over?
I don't own anything Gucci.
Okay, so only T.I. did it. Okay.
Right.
Well, Gucci apparently made. They're in trouble again. They made an $800 turban, and they called it an indie full turban.
Nothing to say. Nothing to say.
They're back at it again with the right in your face racism.
But I'm just beginning to believe that's on purpose now. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
It's on purpose. Oh no, it's definitely a ploy to get people talking about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all it's
good
about. Because what did we say? Of course the Black people didn't do it. Just T.I. I mean, and then you had stupid Floyd Mayweather, the poster boy of idiocracy. Can't even say it. The poster boy of idiocracy.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Talking about, I'm going to wear whatever I want. I ain't no follower.
I'm with them on that.
Okay, but there's a reason why. Yes, but there's a reason why people were doing it. The fact that he, of course, has to be another Black man with a lot of money going against another Black man. This is the whole reason why we got these issues right now, sweetie. Shut up. Just wear your Gucci and don't get filmed wearing it. That's it.
Well, no, he could have just worn it and not said anything.
Yeah, just don't say nothing. Keep it, keep it cute, keep it on mute. But you know how that go.
I do.
So we're going to move on to the next one. And here's a good one.
Hold on, though. Is yours funny?
No, this is the good one. Morehouse.
Oh, I want to save that one.
No, don't save it.
Okay.
Because we got two heated ones.
I know. That's why I want to work the heated ones up. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Let's do this one so that I'm in a great mood.
See, I know, but I want to end it with this one because it's going to leave us in a great mood going into the next segment.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's a great one. That one did my heart so good when I saw that one. Okay.
You're right. Okay, so then let's go into the abortion laws. Yeah.
No.
So, as you guys all know, there's a couple of states that are stuck in 1942 and are now telling women what they can and cannot do with their body. And so I had texted Karl earlier in the week when all of this was going down, and I was like, I really need you to read up about it and everything because I want to know. Since Karl is on the whole other side of this, like when I say whole other side, it's not like he's going to be with a woman to actually have a child, but if he does want to have a child, he can.
Right.
But to actually have to go through that process, but he's on the other spectrum of this really doesn't affect his marriage part. So I kind of wanted to see on his side, his thoughts. So let's go.
So this is interesting to me. And this is the reason why it's interesting to me. And I think a lot of people are going to be shocked by this. I am not for abortions. I don't like them. I don't like what they stand for, which I know is going to shock a lot of people. However, on the flip side of that, I am for a woman choosing to do whatever the hell she wants to do with her body.
Right.
So I am always going to support that because I don't think that the government should be telling anyone how they can or should live their lives. And that's be it Black, white, gay, straight, lesbian, bi, transgender, abortion, non-abortion, drugs, whatever. I don't think that the government should be doing it. Period. So I am on.
Okay, that's not surprising.
Well, I'm just talking about the surprising part to people maybe is that I am anti-abortion.
That's not surprising.
How come? Why are you not surprised by that?
Because there's a lot of people who are anti-abortion. That doesn't mean that you're not pro-choice.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, that's how that's true. I mean, like, just to be honest with, for myself, I am pro-choice. That doesn't mean that I think, that we should just utilize the abortion clinic as a contraceptive.
Exactly.
And I've said this multiple times. But I do, however, feel like there are circumstances where a woman needs to make a choice, and it's her choice, her business, her problem, her issue.
Period.
Because also the other side of it is a lot of people don't know when you do have these things happen, miscarriages, abortions, and everything, there's a lot of emotional and mental things that you, and physical things that your body goes through, that you as a woman go through, that no man will ever understand.
That's right.
The first thing about the whole thing that makes me very upset, I think I would have felt better, even if this law passed, I think I would have felt better if I saw a diverse room. If I saw a room full of different colors and different genders.
I don't want you to go there yet, but since we're going there, I want to tell you something that I saw today. Mm-hmm. So the people that were all in the room were white, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So something I saw on not Facebook, because I don't go on Facebook. Something that I saw on Instagram today made me question. It was actually somebody was on there and had reposted something of a woman saying that this is not really about women's rights. It was a woman, a black woman, saying this is not really about women's rights. It's about something more than that. And the comment that she made, I'm really quick to believe what somebody just says, especially on social media. So I began to do some researching. And in doing some researching, this is what I found that the Chicago Reporter had posted up on May 16th. Do you know that it says, and I quote, "But the white share of the U.S. population has been dropping from a little under 90% in 1950 to 60% in 2018. It will likely drop below 50% in another 25 years.
They're going extinct.
Hold on. Let me just give you another statistic that I found extremely interesting, is that the number of people who in the United States get abortions, 37% of them are white women. 37% are African American, and 7% are Hispanic or Latino. I'm sorry, 19% are Hispanic or Latino, and 7% are others. That's what this is about, I feel.
Oh, yeah. I definitely feel it's about there's a lack in their culture, and the only way in order to, but and that's fine. Okay, but again, it's still a choice. You have no right, just because the population is decreasing on your end, to tell my opinion.
I agree.
To tell someone what to do with their body. And a lot of people, me and one of my other best friends got into it with somebody on her page because he was a black man, but his whole side was, well, God does not like abortions. God, there's a distaste for murder. It's murder. Okay. And, and I even had this conversation with my mom, and my whole thing about all of that is, at the end of the day, whatever you believe in gave us free will.
That's right.
Meaning you were allotted a choice.
That's right.
So to me, I don't care what nobody says. If God gave me a choice, then how do you feel as a government you have the right to take away my choice?
Exactly.
And that's just how I look at it, period.
I agree with you on that.
On the biblical standpoint. That's just,
I completely agree. But the thing is they don't get that part of it. It's just them trying to control something.
Well, yeah.
And that's the part that kills me the most, is because it's all white men making these decisions.
Well, and then the other thing that I said jokingly, but I meant it. But and jokingly I said,
just getting rid of the color. Just men making these decisions about something they will never have to deal with.
Well, but here's the thing.
Hypocritical. because they send their mistresses to go have abortions when they sleep with them so their wives don't find out.
Oh, Lord.
So these same men who are for abortions when it's to clear up their messes are the same ones who now want to make it illegal. That's ironic.
And will continue to be for it because they'll continue to do that stuff in the dark, but they're good old boys anyway. So it doesn't matter.
I mean, just the simple fact of some of these politicians having the nerve to say something like, well, if you were raped, that wasn't God's plan. Are you joking me?
Yeah.
Like, are you joking me? No. Ugh.
But here's the thing, Karl. This is my personal feeling on the whole thing. I feel like they're like, we gave you a black president. We gave you gay marriage. Y'all not about to have everything.
Oh, we will.
We gotta take something. But I'm saying this is what I feel. I feel like they look and be like, okay, well, we gave them this and we're allowing them to do this and we're allowing them. We gotta take something back to show that we are in control. That's what I feel. But
yeah, they're trying.
But we could go on and on and on about this. It is what it is, and I apologize to whatever state that you're in if that is for you. California,
it's Alabama, and now Mississippi.
Because California bet never try it, and when they won't, we're actually very, very liberal state, so I don't see that in our forecast. But you never know; they like to slide things under the radar and stuff. So
it won't be. We just got marijuana. Everybody's relaxed over here. We good.
Okay, but yeah, I feel like in the South, if they would just ease up on some things, and maybe
they would all be happy too. Just saying.
But anyway,
get you a little green, and all that green make you smile. Just saying.
Period.
Anyway.
Period, Pooh.
Let's move on to some other foolishness, though.
Moving on to the next. Yeah.
So.
Tell me about it.
I made Trina watch the first part of this video. So. This happened back in April, but I just recently saw it and I wanted to address it because I have oh my Lord, I have a lot of friends who are religious.
Yes, very lot of friends.
I was getting ready to say that. Can you believe that?
That's what he said.
That mess.
And that's what he meant. And that's that. So I got you that. He's got a lot of friends. Very a lot.
I had to catch myself. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad it didn't come out.
A lot of friends.
Oh, I don't even, okay.
Right.
So.
You don't even talk like that.
There was, I have a lot of friends.
Ew.
I don't know where that would come from.
That was disgusting. I'm going to tell you.
A lot of it was. It's because of this foolishness.
Yeah, that sounds gross. I have a lot of friends.
That's because it's from watching this video that I'm getting ready to talk about.
I know, because they talk like that.
So there was a situation that happened back in April. There was a young man on April 27th who went to a church that is a Kojic church. And for those of you who don't know, Kojic stands for
Church of God in Christ, okay? They are the Church of God in Christ, okay? Jesus.
And the young man posted his side of the story. And pretty much, long story short, is he got up there, he had earrings in his ears, and he was asked not to sing based on having the earrings in his ears. And another one of his friends was there with him. And because she had just gotten off work, in their video, she states that she went and asked another friend to bring her some jeans and a t-shirt so that she wouldn't have to go into the house of God in her scrubs because she was a nurse and she had just gotten off work. And from there, we find out that she wasn't even singing a part of the group, but nevertheless, they were all asked not to sing. On April 28th, the pastor of said church decided to post a video, and he begins to say such things. And I want to quote directly because I don't think I've ever heard the word homosexual used so many times in the span of 7 minutes and 47 seconds. But he starts off by saying that his church didn't invite the singers. He said it wasn't their service, but they were facilitating it. And then he goes on to say that the young man displayed, and then he stops himself, okay? And then he says, no one would have known if he wouldn't have gotten on social media. However, he finishes with this: the young man act like a homosexual, sound like a homosexual, and talk like a homosexual.
End quote.
End quote. Then right after that, he says, now homosexuals are welcome to come to our church. This is all that he said in the first minute and 55 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes on to talk about, how the Bible says that men who are effeminate, it's an abomination and this, and that, and the other, and yada, 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 yada. He says the Bible specifically talks that effeminate men cannot lead worship. That was his direct quote. So, you know me, and I don't like to be dumb. So I began to think, what could he possibly be talking about? So I can tell you what he's talking about. He's talking about 1 Corinthians chapter 6, starting at verse 10. Actually, I'm going to go back to verse 9. How about that? So we're going to go back to verse 9. I'm going to read it for everybody because I want everybody to have
It's
proper
no longer
context.
tea time. It is Bible study.
Oh, no, just real
folks.
quick, because before I go off, I want to have everybody have context. So it says, do you not know that the iniquities will not possess the kingdom of God? Do not choose to wander astray, for neither fornicators, nor servants of idolatry, nor adulterers, verse 10, nor the effeminate, nor males who sleep with males, nor thieves, nor the avaricious, nor the inebriated, nor slanderers, nor the rapacious shall possess the kingdom of God. Now, it says, nor the
I'm
effeminate,
a couple of those.
nor males who sleep with males. Now,
It also says thieves,
mm-hmm,
the inebriated,
mm-hmm.
and something else.
Slanderers.
But I've been a couple of those.
Slanderers. Oh, I'm going
mhm.
there. I'm going there. But give me a second, because a lot of people don't know that the Bible was written in Latin, and the word effeminate in Latin does not mean the exact same thing that it does in English. Therefore, hence why it says nor the effeminate nor males who sleep with males. It's not equating femininity with homosexuality, because it would have not said it twice. So I need people to first understand that. So if you're going to talk about stuff, I need them to talk about it with actually having the full knowledge and the full context of where it comes from.
Be about it.
And this is coming from somebody who's not even in the church, but I'm just saying. Then secondly, I'm trying to remember, how come Jesus never spoke about these things? The one person who actually came to fulfill the law is the one person who did not actually step foot inside the church and actually went against the church, and was actually the church who killed him. Woo! However, we're going to move on. The thing that made it so funny about this is because at the end of this man's video, he would have gotten up here and just put on a whole sissy show. That's what he said.
Not sissy.
Now, I do remember that I pointed out to you in, verse 10 that it says, nor the slanderers. And for everybody who doesn't know the definition of slander, let me just go ahead and read it for you. It says, make false and damaging statements about someone. Now, if he didn't get up and actually sing, how do you know he would have put on a sissy show? That's slander. Sir, you did not live it out. You did not see it. That's slander. So does that mean that you do not get to inherit the kingdom of God? That means you can no longer lead the people of that church. You must step down, sir. Can you please do so? Because you are now unfit, and I cannot see myself going to a man who is now unfit to lead. Please sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing to say. I'm sorry.
I just think it's...
He got under my skin with that.
I just think it's... I just think, again, that people interpret the Bible and they interpret church how they want to, and they push it on to other people. And again, I just don't agree with everybody's thoughts and their feelings about spirituality.
Do you know what made me the most sad about it, though? Is to see while he was talking about these young people, how excited everybody was and clapping.
His church was, but it's his church. Of course they are. Because they back what their pastor says, which, hey.
Can I say this, though? I am one that if I am going into somebody's house, I may not believe what they believe, and I'll use some of my Asian friends. They believe in taking your shoes off when you walk in the house. Mm-hmm. That is not a part of my culture, but I'm going into their home, so I'm going to respect that. Hence, when we went back and we did the homegoing service, I wore something that was very respectable. Obviously, I couldn't take off my gel nail polish, but I made it very clear, I don't want to sing. I do have my nail polish. Is that all right? And they were okay with that. So therefore, I got up and I sang, because I believe in being respectful to whatever the people and the place that I'm visiting are. And it's not changing myself. Yeah. It's just, if you come in my house and you don't abide by my rules, you need to get the heck out. Thing. Yeah. So I'm not going to go in. So I'm not saying that. And the young man in his story even said he took out his earrings. The guy told him, we don't allow you with the earrings. So he took them out. Mm-hmm. So he was being compliant. But now you're going off his mannerisms and saying that he cannot usher you into the presence of God because of his mannerisms. How do you know? And then you say something in the manner of, oh, well, you know what? If I'm being accused of something, then the first thing I'm going to do is say, that's not me. Okay, so if he would have got on there and said, I'm not a homosexual, does that take back how you treated him?
Or how you feel.
Exactly.
I mean, because you're still going to call him a homosexual, even though
That
He
part,
might not be.
that part, foolishness and foddery.
Again, my whole point when it has anything to do with pastors and churches and how they treat people is your thoughts and your opinions and your feelings. They do nothing for me.
Right.
I don't care about your thoughts and your feelings and your opinions. Just like I don't care about somebody else's thoughts and feelings and opinions about me. At the end of the day, what I choose to do, whether it's be gay, whether it's smoke, whether it's have sex before I'm married, whether it's have children out of wedlock, whatever my sin of choice is, I got to deal with that. That ain't your burden to bear, boo-boo. So don't worry about me. You know what you can do? I don't even want you to pray for me because you're going to be praying for my downfall.
Come on now.
What I want you to do is mind yours. How about that? That's how we're going to end that. That's that on that, sweetie. That's what I think.
Yes. All right.
Because I'm going to tell you, no one, like I am so to the point where I'm so in love with myself
Come
and happy with myself and content with my journey.
Yes.
That these type of situations, they make me laugh because because to me, it's like, dang, I feel bad for you.
Oh my God. Yes.
Because I know you don't feel the same way I do inside.
Yes, exactly.
So,
and that's not, and I get it, Trina. I so get that, and it's not coming from a judgmental thing saying I'm better than you.
It's not.
It's saying, oh my goodness, I've been there where I detested myself so much.
I feel
and felt so heavy that to now be free of it. Oh my goodness.
I'm looking in a well, it used to be a reflection. It's no longer my reflection, but I'm looking at. I understand.
Right.
I get it. So,
and let me be clear, not all churches are that way, and we don't think that all churches operate that way.
At all.
Period.
At all. I'm going to say this. My mom's church, my mom's best friend, I told you guys last week, came and they did a women's conference. And one of the things that she stated, which I loved, is she was saying how she told a story about her daughter. Her daughter got pregnant before getting married, and she used to be on the praise and worship team. And she told her mom, and then her mom told her, okay, well, you're going to have to sit down. And my friend, being how she is, she's always been outspoken since she was 6 years old, wrote her mom and the church a letter.
Oh.
And in her letter, she stated, I understand why you did what you did, but you embarrassed me.
Wow.
And you hurt me because just because you can see my sin on the outside showing and growing doesn't make me any different than the person who's up there doing stuff that you have not seen and that you'll never know and you'll never see.
Right.
And it made her actually stop and evaluate and think about something. And she said since that day, at her church, she has never sat anyone else down. And she said, you know what? She said when people come to her church and they get saved and they start in the ministry, and she's like, and they're married. I mean, they're not married, excuse me, and they live in the same house. She's like, I don't immediately tell them, oh, y'all are living in sin. Y'all need to, y'all gave your life to Christ. You need to figure that living situation. She said, no, let them live. Let them, y'all keep doing exactly what you're doing.
Right.
You keep, she's like, because at the end of the day, for me, if I don't gain a relationship with them and build a rapport with them to where I can speak things into their life.
Exactly.
And deliver a message out of love, and you know that it's coming out of love and not out of judgment, then I am turning people away. So she's like, so, I don't do that. And then, the pastor of my mom's church, he agreed with her. And so, like I said, there are churches out there who will accept you for who you are. They're not going to shun you. And guess what? When I say churches, I'm not talking about the people in the seat.
That's right.
Because when you walk through them doors, people is going to look at you up and down. Right. They're going to have their assumptions, and that is their prerogative.
Everywhere.
But if your purpose...
Christianity,
it's not just church.
It's Muslims, it's mosques, it's Jewish temples, they're everywhere.
But if it is your church, your purpose to go to a church to worship, you need to understand that everybody is not going to agree with your lifestyle. They're not going to agree with the way you dress.
Right.
They're not going to like your hair. They're not going to like the way you look, like nothing. There's just people who are like that. Guess what, baby? Their problem, not yours.
That's right.
So just be encouraged in that, guys. Like if that is your thing, you don't like, if your whole thing is I don't like going to church because people are judgy, church is not experience for other people, it's for you.
That's right.
It's your experience. So don't let that stop you. If you choose not to go to church and you choose to watch TD Jakes online,
who do you?
You do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go to church at all and you believe in spirit through the trees and the wind and outside and you like to meditate, you do that too. I mean,
you do what works best for you. This is your journey. There are 7.4 billion people on this planet and you are the only you. So how about you focus on what works for you and you make your impact on this world in a positive way through being you. How about that?
And the next time, the young gentleman, if you ever do hear this, who exposed the church, the next time something like that happens you know what your best thing to do? Don't make a video about it. You speak to whoever it is that you're speaking to and you say this, okay, well, I'll pray for you.
Come on now.
Because you got it in you, clearly.
And that is that.
And that's that. So I guess that segued into self-care because...
Didn't it though? No, but we got to mention that one good tea time because that's massive.
So that was self-care for the day, okay?
Yeah.
We'll just leave that at that. And we're going to give you guys a little good news heading out.
Yes.
You want to do this one?
Well, sure. I like this.
Okay.
So there was a gentleman who was at Morehouse. I'm falling in love more and more with Morehouse.
Morehouse, because they're so crazy, and they're in one of the abortion states.
They are.
Wow.
But they are just.
But it's Atlanta that is, because Morehouse is in Atlanta, it's Atlanta that is Atlanta is actually very liberal. It's the outskirts.
No, I thought it was Alabama and Mississippi, honey.
Georgia passed it too.
Wow. My God in heaven.
Theirs is, I believe, you after 6 weeks or 4 weeks, you can't terminate.
Wow.
So basically, like when you just figure out, oh my God, I missed the period.
Right.
You can't terminate.
That's crazy. All right. Anyway, so Morehouse, Robert F. Smith, who is a billionaire through technology and different ventures and investments. He was the speaker this year at commencement. And at commencement...
He's an alumni.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
See, now that part I didn't know. I know that they had given him an honorary, I think it was master's he received.
Well, he calls himself alumni and he said, alumni, I am charging all of you with this responsibility as well. Yeah. So he calls himself alumni, sweetie. That's his, okay?
So he has stated that he is going to pay for the entire 2019 graduates classes student loans, which in doing the math equates up to over $40 million.
That is awesome. I wish I was going to Morehouse.
Honey. And let me just tell you, I wanted this to go on where they do that at.
I'll get me a BBC and pretend.
No.
I had to.
Oh my God. It's a mess.
I had to.
No. I wanted to originally do this in the where they do that at segment because I'm like, why couldn't they be doing that for my class out here at my school? Because there are
nope, because it's too much.
But you know
too
what?
Much like
you
right?
just inspired me because you know what? I think I'm going to do that. Once I get to that stage, I'm going to do that for one of my classes from my school. Sweet. That would be amazing. That's just one of the many, things I got planned. That was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that is, and that mean, Morehouse is becoming more and more progressive.
It is,
and I love it.
I do too.
I think it's beautiful, and I think it's even better that it's a HBCU. So,
but you know what? What I love is I love to see people giving back. And while we're talking about giving back, I just want to throw this out there real quick because for those of you who may not have met Trina or I in person, you might get a chance to because we are giving back to one of our local communities this year. And we will be volunteering at San Diego Pride.
We will be at San Diego Pride this year, giving back, you guys. Me and Karl we both have hearts to give.
Yes.
I'm going to just say that. And we wanted to do something for our community, within our community. What better way than Pride. It's so fun. Everybody's happy. It's celebrating diversity, celebrating sexuality.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's just
embracing.
Amazing.
Yeah, love.
Embracing who you are.
Exactly.
The whole thing is about embracing who you are, being in love with who you are, no matter if you're straight, gay, or indifferent.
Exactly.
Because it's not just a celebration for the LGBTQ plus.
Mm-hmm.
It is for everyone. You know, and that's the one thing about the community that I love. They embrace everybody,
right.
no matter your race, sexuality,
Right.
none of that. So, hey, me and all of my friends go to Pride every year. You guys should come out. If you see us, come get some pictures.
I know.
Get some hugs.
Exactly.
Get some good energy.
And you know what? We'll be talking about it
transfer.
more because it's not till July, so we got some time.
Yeah, it's not until July, but we're excited about it. And we'll tell you guys, we could maybe have like a meetup point.
That would be fun.
You know, and we can all hang out. We're going to be there on that Sunday.
Yes, we
so
will.
I think it'd be cool. So
That's going to be a big weekend.
It's going to be a big weekend because it's also Carl's graduation weekend. So we're going to be most likely super, super wasted.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Friday night.
They said when we volunteer, we can't be, but we probably will.
You're not supposed to say it already.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't say that. But we will.
Or maybe we won't. Who knows?
But we will. So yeah.
Oh, God.
And yeah. So, and we can't wait. Oh, also get ready because this week I'm going to be posting about that drink.
Yes.
The Cave of Wonders, because what's coming out on Frizzai Day?
Oh, I can tell you. It's
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Yes.
And if y'all haven't seen the post on our page of Will Smith doing a rendition
Oh, it was
of
so good.
what song is it?
Arabian Nights.
I can't remember.
No, Prince Ali.
No. Yeah.
Yep. It was Prince Ali.
That one. No, it's not.
Yeah,
yes,
was.
it is. You are absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding.
I'm hip.
So, how hip is Carl? Very hip, apparently. Well, honestly, no, I'm taking it back because low key, that's an old movie, so it's not
Exactly
you're not hip. Like, you know, like.
But I knew I was hip enough to watch his interview.
All right. So that's that.
Oh man.
But yeah, guys, wow, it's already time to go.
I know.
No. We got so much more to talk about.
We
Not
did.
really. We're done.
I actually did. I did have some more tea, but I'm gonna save it for another time because the feud is not over.
The feud?
Mm-hmm. But we'll talk.
What feud?
Come on, we gotta go.
What feud are you talking about?
The James Charles, Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook thing. But there's more to come.
Child, yeah, we'll talk about that next week. And I'd just like to say this shout out to Psalm West for entering the world. It would be Kanye to start his own church and then name his child Psalm.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
come on.
And it's spelled as in the book.
As in the books, Psalm.
Yeah.
Psalm West.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, you know what? You really you messed up. You should have just named him Wild. And with that, breakers, we love you so much.
Yes, we
and
do.
we mean it.
We mean it so much. Oh, love, light, and positivity always.
High five, Cara.
High
Bye.
You're just the best. Oh.